Yep.
Hello, my name is Joel Peters and I'm an expert in marketing, and today I'm going to be presenting you my new ideas for Greggs. So I've started off by creating the first piece of new marketing material, a Twitter post. Currently, social media platforms are one of the most effective methods of advertising goods and services of a business, especially Greggs. Social media will allow the business to promote the products to unlimited people, and sharing and retweeting from other people will allow it to expand to an even further target audience. Your main target audience, as I've researched, is working class people, and with this particular tweet I've created, it's quite direct towards your target audience. Off to work, working class people. You're directing it at them. Set your day off with a fresh coffee and our famous sausage roll for just £2. That offer is instantly grabbing them into the business itself. This will both increase sales and advertise to an even larger audience, because any people who are going off to work that day will want to get that thing. The second piece of marketing material I created was a newspaper advert. Some may argue that newspapers and the adverts within them are becoming outdated and that social media is on the rise and that's how it's going to be. But from my perspective and looking at your target audience, your target audience will read the newspaper every day, especially The Sun, which is not here, but I'm going to be placing this advert in The Sun. This will be effective because the consumer will want the products that are shown, and it will make them feel as if they're having a good start to a day, with the writing saying, newspaper, patty and a fresh coffee, no better way to start your day. Come to your local Greggs for the £2 deal of the day, and then there's some T's and C's at the bottom of that, just to make sure we're not breaking any laws. The language used, again, is simple and to the point, which is what's going to appeal to your target audience. And placing it in The Sun in particular will be most effective for the business because it will ensure that the primary target audience is seeing the advert. Placing it on page 3 will also make sure that the majority of The Sun's readership will see the advert, resulting in a larger potential purchasing of the advertised product. Now I've created a new marketing piece for a new audience. Greggs, as you know, you currently have a loyalty scheme, but it's online. It's all based off apps, which is it's beneficial for the company because technology is on the rise, and that's what everyone's going to be using soon. But for your new audience you're going to be targeting, which is elderly people, they might not have the access to online and applications. So therefore, I'm creating a loyalty scheme that's based on a physical card. Potential customers, such as the elderly generation, will use this constantly, and they'll see that every so purchases they'll get a free product. So for the 4th they'll get a free coffee, and for the 8th they'll get a free sausage roll. This will be good for Greggs to implement because it will mean that the customers store their own data, which means it will relieve a lot of stress from yourself. They keep it on the card, and there's no effort required. In addition, we're going to be asking for their email addresses because they will most likely even if they are elderly or younger, they will have an email address, and they can sign up for the newsletter and they can get entered into prizes and other giveaways and other free products. And it will be kept in their possession, and if they lose it, they lose it. If they register online, then it will be read and they'll keep their points, and it can be still used in the store. Data capture ideas. In order for the business to improve constantly, we're going to need research and findings from our target audience directly. This will overall improve the way that you operate. With small questions such as, what did you purchase at Greggs today? Did you enjoy your food, and would you consider coming back here? Greggs will be able to obtain large amounts of feedback to their customers because it requires little effort to take part in. This will give you knowledge of what your customers enjoyed or didn't enjoy and whether or not they will return again. Furthermore, it will be carried out on a on an iPad or tablet because it's quick, it's easy, and the data will be stored automatically. It will not take, it won't have to be calculated on paper and whatnot. And finally, I've outlined the legal, ethical, and security constraints that will be considered throughout the production of these new marketing materials. For the social media posts, we're going to have to ensure that it's not hurtful or harmful to our customers. Secondly, it has to be truthful and conform with liability regulations. We can't lie to our customers, otherwise they'll feel as if we're deceiving them. And thirdly, we have to ensure that the content is age appropriate. With Twitter, you don't know, or social media platforms, you don't know the age that that are actually reading the posts, because they may have lied when they've signed up. So to ensure that it's appropriate, we just have to keep it PG. Then for the newspaper article, we have to ensure that the advert is, for ethical reasons, going to ensure the adverts are printed on recyclable paper. This is another corporate social responsibility that you could implement, which would benefit the company hugely. Secondly, I will ensure that it cannot be misinterpreted or offensive, because again, that will cause an uproar, and although all publicity is good publicity, don't want to offend our customers who are spending money here. And make sure that it fits within the guidelines of the ASA. The Advertising Standards Authority are a regulatory body who look over all of the all print-based adverts, online adverts, and if it's not acceptable, then they're going to talk to us, and we might have to change it. So to make sure we don't waste our time or have any problems, we're going to make sure that it is suitable for them. Thank you.
That's great, thank you. Okay. You may have said this and I may have missed it. How well do you think that your campaign fits in with the corporate profile that Greggs currently has?
Sure, I did mention that. So the corporate profile they have it's quite a hard question.
Well, you did talk about it. You sort of said that most of the customers currently come from working class.
That's main from research,
okay.
But obviously anyone can shop that.
Yeah, and that target market is familiar with Greggs because of its current branding and logo. Do you think that what you've done, created now, fits in with the current?
100%, because how I've worded each marketing piece, how it's simple, it's to the point, doesn't. Unlike competitors like, let's say, Pret a Manger, they're going to use extravagant wording. They're going to really push the limits to the vocabulary that they use. Whereas with Greggs, it's to the point. It's just like the food. You're getting the food that you've ordered, and it's to the point. There's nothing else to it.
Okay.
You get what you ask.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, and my other question is, do you think a sausage roll is a big incentive for
Huge.
the
Huge incentive. I mean, obviously, within the T's and C's that I put at the bottom, it will say that you can change the product. Let's say you're a vegan, you're going to be able to change the product.
Okay.
But when you think of Greggs, you think of sausage rolls.
Any other questions?